Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks, and this is a new series I started for the beginner. I've already gone some through things, and we've already talked about the pick tool. The pick tool and the shape tool were in part 3. This is part 4, and I might even call this, well, I'm just going to leave it toolbox. So we're going to talk about all the tools in the crop tool flyout and the zoom tool flyout. Crop tool, very important, cropping things. But if you look, I don't have anything selected but and I'm going to crop it, everything. Well, let me crop it again. I must have hit OK or crop. See how everything disappeared? It's because I didn't have it selected. So whenever you crop something, have it selected before you crop it. Then you can crop it and everything else will stay there. Now, just on a side note, we talked about the shape tool. If there's a lot of garbage in here, the white one doesn't really matter, but we could grab the shape tool and we could take out some of this picture. You can add nodes and get it back. And then this way, Corel, being at white is not going to really matter. But you could get away with some trash, or let's say there's another eagle in the picture. And I'm just double clicking on the line, then I can delete that line, bring that up there. So Corel has to do a lot less work, especially if there was another eagle in there. But you have to have the thing selected for that to work. Then the next thing in the flyout is the knife tool. I don't use it very much, but you could slice through there. Well, there it is. And you have 2 parts. Now you can do that, or you can actually grab the knife tool and have a gap, let's say a ½ inch gap, and you can draw the knife tool and have a gap. I've used that quite a bit. If you need something separated in half, or not even in half. So and there's a lot you can play around with that with the knife tool. There's the smoothness of your tool. You can change from different modes to freehand mode, change your size, automatically convert it to an object or keep the outline. The next one is the eraser tool that I very seldom ever use for anything. And what it does, let me zoom in here. Let me grab it. Let's make my nib like 2 inches or 1 inch. The eraser tool just erases 2 things and puts a border in there. And you can, if you change this to 0.25, then when you do it, it's just going to erase that. It's okay. I don't ever use it. You might find a use for it. Make a new shape. But the main one that I use every day is the virtual segment delete key. And there's a few tricks to it. The virtual segment delete key is going to delete a line, but another line can stop it. Like this is an indexing line. If I swipe right through here, the indexing line stopped it from cutting the rest of that line. This line stopped it from cutting the rest of the line. The indexing line stopped it. The line stopped it. The corner stopped it. The indexing, just everything stopping it. It could be a box with a line going through it. And I go, I don't want that line in the center. I'm going to get the virtual segment delete key and delete the line. Now, a little side note here. If you use the virtual segment delete key, you can pretty much swipe even. And then you could go down and cut all this out. Or you can hold down the control button and it'll do that automatically. It'll marquee a bunch of stuff. And if we do that, it'll delete everything it touches. Now, one thing I use quite a bit when I'm using it, you can hold down the Alt key. Now, you can pretty much go straight, but the Alt key gives you more of a line. You could go up and down stuff and cut. I can't even think of a good example right now because you don't need that. You could just wipe through there. But if you use the Alt key, you could actually kind of freehand draw, around what you need to cut. We could make an example. Let's draw an ellipse, make it a little bit longer, and let's make it really close to that. It might be hard to draw a line through there, but if I hold down the Alt key, I can freehand my mouse through there a lot easier. Now, I could have done it, probably, like right here, I could go through there. But the good thing about holding down the Alt key, you can't get that marquee box. When you're holding down the Alt key, you just get a line. Anyway, now we're going to talk about the zoom tool. Pretty self-explanatory. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom to page, do the page width, page height, in and out percentage. I've never used percentage, but to page, if you want to look at your page. There's a lot you can play around with it. If you're not on the zoom tool, you can hit the Z key and get the zoom tool. Hit the pick tool or that's a little lesson right there. So I've got the zoom tool. I hit the space bar and I get the pick tool. And if I hit the space bar again, I get back, it just toggles between the two. The other thing is the pan tool. And what the pan does is actually it's like you've grabbed your hand on that T and you can do it. One other thing on the zoom tool, you can always zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. Anyway, I'm hoping these are helping a little bit, and thank you for watching.